All right, we're gonna do one more coil. This one's gonna be going inward on your vase. And sometimes going in with your coils is a difficult thing. It's a little bit different because naturally I feel like when you build, your pieces either want to go straight up or they want to flare out. So you kind of have to hold your hand in a different way when you're building like that. So just making sure you compress your clay really well. And I'm also going to show you guys another thing too, which is not, right now as we build them a little bit taller. I'm going to show you guys how you could add on a little foot at the bottom if that's something you're interested in doing. It's really quite simple, kind of like an upside down coil pot, but I'll show you how you could go in and do that to add a little extra, flair if you want. And just make sure you got your templates.
When you say little foot at the bottom, do you mean like this?
Yeah.
I even put a little peg in the middle to keep it balanced while I work.
Okay. Oh, Dylan, I'm impressed. That looks nice. Okay. When I'm going to smooth inside, I like to make this coil, the first one, going inward a little bit bigger to create more of a structure for the rest of them. So that being said, I got my coil here. And we're gonna slip and score. And if you don't have slip right now, take, a few little tiny pieces of clay out, let them dry out overnight, and then, just put them in a little container with a little bit of water, just kind of covering, just kind of barely covering them. Put our slip on. I am so excited to see these finished. And you guys have beautiful designs. All right, we're gonna start building inward. So I'm gonna line this up. With the edge. And remember to try to use your template all the way around approximately before you smooth it. Looks about right. Another good thing that, like I said, I'm trying to use the tools that you guys have at home. So normally you would use a pin tool to cut these. You could use that and just kind of get a really nice even cut like that. So Miss Clayton was making discoveries this morning. When you talk about yourself in third person, does that mean you're crazy? I feel like that was a yeah. Okay, now, because we're bringing this in, we want to be able to fill in this large area here. I hope you can kind of see, I think you could see a little bit better in the video I'm making, but the coil is really quite large, but we need something to bulk it up. So we're gonna you're gonna go against my rule, but we wanna use a little bit extra clay to smooth inside. So I'm gonna start, and we're gonna use fourths. Now, we're just gonna smooth a little extra clay into the middle, guys. Now, at the same time you're smoothing, also pinch inward. So when you're smoothing, almost hold your hand like you would be picking up a bowl and leave it stationary. So you pick up a bowl, leave your hand there, rest it really nicely. And I will upload all this to the school YouTube today. And really keeping that hand in. Now, another thing that you might struggle with is you might notice if you have a bit of slip on there, it's not as easy to smooth because it's getting slippery. Just let it, air dry for 2 minutes or so. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait on that little area. Now, because we want this going inward, we wanna make sure that when we're smoothing the outside, we're really holding our hand nicely, almost pinching it inward. And I'm gonna show here, here. And I'm gonna smooth down. Or you could smooth up for this part because you might have a little bit extra clay. But we wanna smooth this nicely together. And if you have any little pieces, remember you could always go in with your rib tool, start to smooth it a little bit. Go in with my rib tool, and this is also kind of gonna push it in because I'm on a curve. And whatever works best for you. If smoothing down is a little challenging, for certain coils you could smooth upward. But you always want to kind of keep your consistency of the ring around your pot the whole time. So it should always be somewhere, let's say like about the size of a Sharpie, like one of these little guys. Oh, it is. So keep smoothing, keep smoothing. And you guys probably notice once you have these out for a little bit, you're gonna get some cracking on the top of your project, and you're gonna maybe get a little like, grr, why is this happening? Well, I'm gonna show you what to do so that when you open up your project tomorrow, you're gonna be happy. While this clay is a very delicate material in that it hardens quickly, it also you're able to revive it pretty quickly as well. I'm gonna go in with my template and just kind of double check everything. So this I need to push out a little bit more. And this I need to push out, because when you're smoothing, it's gonna change, but you wanna make sure that your coil's approximately that size, because you could always, you know, push it outward a little bit if you need to. But we're still going in. If you have a lot of cracking on the top of your piece, take a little bit of slip and just paint it on there and fill in any of those cracks. You can even use your hand if you want to do that, if you don't have a paintbrush right now. And make sure that looks all pretty. You're gonna wanna put your damp paper towel over it. Just damp, make sure it's not too wet. Wring it out really well. Excuse me. Put it over the pot. Wrap it up with a bag. Like I said, you can use pretty much any bag, like a Target bag or a ShopRite bag, and just make sure you cover it so that at least you're, you know, resting it as close as you can to the bottom of the vase, because I don't think you're gonna be able to fit your whole board in there, but that's okay. So this is kind of step 2. Tomorrow I'm gonna finish the body of the vase. I'm gonna go over the top and the foot on Monday.